Today, one of the most important lessons is being taught in this kindergarten. The little pupils are introduced to state symbols. The 4-year-olds are explained how the Kazakhstan flag looks, what the elements of the coat of arms symbolizes, and how to perform the anthem. That is how little patriots are being brought up. I draw the flag of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Its color is blue, which means open sky, peaceful sky. And in the center is the sun, which means the energy. Alina loves to draw the Kazakhstan flag, and each element must find its own explanation. The soaring golden eagle, in her opinion, is not just a bird, it is power. While the ornament means folk traditions, the color of gold on the flag is a symbol of wealth. Children give all the works to their teacher. Teacher, I have finished. Well done, Balum. So beautiful.
Biz бүгін балалармен Қазақстан Республикасының мемлекеттік рәміздері туралы.
Today, the theme of our open lesson is state symbols. My task is to explain to children what the state symbols are, what their elements symbolize, and who their authors are. The children learn quickly, so I think I coped with my task.
Мен өз мақсатыма жеттім. Балалар рәміздерді білді, балалар рәміздерді сезінді. Біз қазақ болғаннан кейін, қазақ ұлты болғандықтан біз бұның барлығын білу керекпіз.
Қанеки біздің Қазақстан мемлекетіміздің рәміздерін атай қойыңдаршы. Қандай рәміздер бар?
Kazakhs say education begins with a cradle. Therefore, in all preschool institutions, and ours is no exception, children are taught to love their homeland. Where does the education of patriotic feelings begin? Of course, from acquaintance with state symbols. How does this happen? During group classes in kindergarten, and we also conduct such lessons. Each teacher tries to inculcate in the child a sense of love for the homeland. The teacher tells how the Kazakhstan flag looks, what this or that element of the coat of arms means. All the children know the anthem, and they tell the names of the authors of state symbols. In addition, we tell the children about the traditions of our people. They must know and be proud of their story. The Day of State Symbols in Kazakhstan is celebrated on June 4th. This date was not chosen by chance. In 1992, on that day, the first president of the Republic, Nursultan Nazarbayev, signed laws on the state flag, the state coat of arms, and the music editorial staff of the national anthem. And on June 6th in Almaty, a new flag was hoisted above the residence of the head of state and the building of the Supreme Council. The coat of arms was established. Later, on June 4th, 2007, the constitutional law was adopted. It clearly regulated the standards and procedures for using state symbols.
Государственные символы – это вот неизменный атрибут любого государства. А что он олицетворяет? Он прежде всего олицетворяет подчеркивание.
State symbols are an invariable attribute of any state. And what does it personify? First of all, it emphasizes the independence of the state, its sovereignty and identity of the state as we define it. Because if you study the history of the ancient world, you notice how did the states begin to form, right? All the time they have had some kings, printed coins, and their coats of arms. Watch any French film, English film, Italian, Spanish, everywhere they have their emblems, their own hymns, their flags hang. That is, any state tried to identify itself with something. Therefore, when Kazakhstan gained its independence, first of all, it wanted to show state symbols as a state flag and national coat of arms. These are three attributes absolutely necessary for any state.
Абсолютно необходимых для любого государства атрибутики, символики, да?
The Guard of Honor Company is the visiting card of the armed forces. The soldiers of this unit participate in ceremonial rituals, carry a guard of honor at the standards of the national flag and coat of arms, and protect especially important state facilities. They don't accept everyone here. Candidates go through a hard selection process. The flag of our country is raised by the best military personnel. That means trust. If you deserve to be in front of the whole team, you raise the flag of our country. The flag is a special sign of identity, independence, and statehood, according to the Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard for Educational Work. Historians confirm this. The first mention of the flag appeared 5,000 years ago in the Middle East. The oldest was found in Iran. It depicted birds, animals, and the faces of the gods. Researchers attribute the blue color of the flag of Kazakhstan to the symbols of the Turkic, Khazar, and Seljuk Khaganates. There are similarities with the symbols of the Kazakh Khanate. In the language of the ancient Turks, the meaning of the word kok also corresponded to the concepts of East-Eastern. The sun of the flag of Kazakhstan, the oldest cosmic symbol known to all people, means a source of life and light. The history of the Kazakh people is in genetic connection with the history of the Sakas, Usuns, Huns, and other tribes that inhabited the territory of Kazakhstan in antiquity. According to the author of the quote, Burkit by Ayan, the ancient Turks who professed Tengrianism worshipped the blue sky, the sun, water, air, and earth. Therefore, the color of the flag and its symbols reflect the historical continuity of the people living in Kazakhstan. The eagle depicted on the flag is known as a symbol of power and strength. Therefore, this heraldic sign is represented on many emblems and state emblems of the countries of the world. You know, our warriors, when they went out to the battle, they had uranium. When they went out, they said, El Ushin, Jer Ushin, for the people, for the land. Our batters, when they went out, they always had the motto they had on their flags. They had their own anthem, the anthem of their people, a kind of anthem. And before the start of the battle, such great warriors such as Bukhar Jirau and others, they performed songs, they performed epics, that is, they prepared the batters for battle. And indeed, they always felt responsible for their people and for the future. And this flag, their so-called coat of arms, each kind has its own. It probably remained with us as an inheritance. And I would like to note that such spirit of patriotism, the gene of patriotism, is also transferred to us. Who are we? We are the heirs. We are the descendants of those batters. The artist of the state flag of Kazakhstan was Shakien Niyazbekov. It was his sketch that was selected based on the results of a specially announced competition. About 600 people took part in it. A total of 1,200 projects were submitted. But the members of the working group on the presentation of state symbols of the Republic of Kazakhstan chose only one.
Через каждый флаг, когда изучаешь их, смотришь флаг, по флагу определяет, что хочет это государство.
Through each flag, when you study, you look at the flag here, you determine by the flag what the state wants. The word identification means what it wants. Look at the English flag with 3, yes. The American flag, 50 states there, yes. It's immediately obvious that since 50 stars mean 50 states. The adoption of these state attributes was an important event in the life of the state because look, here we have the blue color, the color of the sky, light. It is remembered as the color of the sky. And against its background is the sun, which everyone understands, the sun with its rays that depart from it. And at the same time, the eagle is a steppe country, the proud golden eagle here. And people begin to understand that this is a country that personifies peace, stability, and prosperity. The sketch of the future state emblem contest received less submission, which is 245. Nevertheless, choosing the best one was not easy. 2,500 authors proposed their ideas. Jandarbek Malibekov was one of them. A native of the Kizilorda region, after graduation, he worked in Uzbekistan. He created dozens of architectural objects. But when a piece of newspaper with the competition announcement fell into the hands of the architect, he considered it his duty to participate. Prior to the submission, he began to study what the emblem means and what elements are inherent in it.
Герб – это таңба, это символ, который определяет сущность этого государства.
A coat of arms is a symbol that represents the essence of the state. For example, the Russian coat of arms, the Egyptian coat of arms, the German coat of arms. They all have double-headed eagles and a black eagle. Or the Turkish coat of arms. They also have a black eagle. Then there were African coat of arms, Australian coat of arms. And while researching the Australian coat of arms, I found out a kangaroo. And that means you could also do that. It is necessary to take something Kazakh. And in the African coat of arms, there is a crocodile, which means it can be added to the coat of arms. And Kazakhs without a horse, it's like there are no wings, so the horse is ours. It is necessary to add it into the coat of arms. The one-horned animals are considered holy in the world, and horses with horns existed in our steppes. It was during the reign of Tauke Khan. They simply disappeared now. It is called Jilkekek.
В мире считаются святыми. А кони с рогами у нас в степи существовал. Это во время Токио Хана проще исчезли. Это называется желкокик называется.
Through searching, reflection, trial, and error, the architect came to the conclusion the coat of arms should reflect the ancient history and culture of the Kazakh people. This is why it has the shape of a circle or wheel, the author explains. In his opinion, this is a symbol of life and eternity, which enjoyed a special honor among the nomads of the Great Steppe. The central heraldic element was the image of Shanirak.
Шаңырағың биік болсын, кереген кең болсын, босаған берік болсын.
When did the yurt appear? This yurt appeared 3.5 to 4.5 thousand years ago. So a yurt, you see, is not just a yurt, but the words may your Shanirak will be high, may your Kerege will be wide, may your Bosaga will be firm. These three sentences seemed to me that this is stability.
Мне показалось, что это устойчивость.
A yurt is a unique invention of mankind, both in its functionality and in monumentality and in architecture. It is not only a symbol of rebirth, but also a symbol of Kazakh statehood. Therefore, the author believes that to neglect it when creating the coat of arms would be very unreasonable.
Где шагра, это вот там, очаг, да, это родина. И это укры, все это диаспоры, будем называть, или все народы и народности, которые проживают в Казахстане, они...
Where the Shanirak, Otan, this is the motherland, and all the Uyik are the diasporas. All the peoples living in Kazakhstan, they are raising the state. That is the meaning of this Uyik and Shanirak. Here is the assembly of the people of Kazakhstan.
В середине этого герба есть такие баскур называется.
The middle of the coat of arms is called Baskur. Baskur is a scale in itself. I showed that the balance of the world is the meaning of this Baskur and the inscription of Kazakhstan. There is an element from two sides. It is called a Jielba. It hangs from two sides and it protects from strong winds or blizzards.
Казахстан здесь с двух сторон большими этими элемент, жельба называется. Жельба это от шарака висит, и она оберегает во время сильных ветров.
This is called the Bosaga. They say may your Bosaga will be firm and may Kerege will be wide and may Shanirak will be high. Bosaga, Kerege, Shanirak are all materials, sculptural materials, and in order to graphically strengthen this material in space, I nevertheless, in a way of decorative and applied art, reinforce this Bosaga with horned sheep. It's like an ornament, but also considered to be holy, as it protects this earth.
В пространстве усилит этот материал, я все-таки как декоративно-прикладное искусство, вот этот босага усилен рогатыми, паран рогатыми, ходом баса. Это как орнамент, вообще, как приклад. Но с другой стороны, ходом баса, это тоже считается святым, оберегает эту очага.
As a result, it was this emblem that became the best. Its author continues to work now. With his help, hundreds of students from one of the leading universities of the country gain experience. And these are young hockey players. Before the game, they perform the national anthem. This is a required ritual. So, love for the homeland is expressed among future athletes.
Мы кладем руку на сердце и
We put our hands on our hearts, sing the hymn and tune in to the game and think only about victory. Emotion, there is little excitement. Jamal has been in hockey for only 8 years, while his coach has over 20 years of experience, half of which he works with children and knows how to raise patriots.
воспитание патриотизма.
The upbringing of patriotism starts from a young age. When they go on skates, they look at the older guys who are athletes and who carry the flag. Even during the opening of some big events, like the Olympic Games and others, they carry the flag. Also at various kinds of competitions, everyone listens to the anthem. And on TV, they also see that everyone sings the anthem. It doesn't matter if there are foreigners playing for the team, they all know the anthem and they sing it. That is, I think hockey instills patriotism from a very young age. I think not only in hockey in general, all athletes most often hear the anthem and the flag of Kazakhstan is most often hoisted in their honor. Well, I don't know, you have goosebumps, a sense of pride when you listen to the anthem.
Патриотизма. И в хоккее, я думаю, не только в хоккее, вообще все спортсмены чаще всего слышат гимн. И в их честь чаще всего поднимается флаг Казахстана. Я не знаю, даже мурашки, наверное, какие-то, чувство гордости.
The anthem personifying spiritual unity is another major state symbol. Over the years of independence, there were two. The first was adopted at the dawn of the 90s, the second in 2006. The authors of the text of the first anthem were Tumanbay Moldagaliev, Muzaffar Alimbayev, Kadir Mirzaliev, and Jadira Daribayeva. The authors of the music are Mukan Tulibayev, Yevgeny Brusilovsky, and Latif Hamidi. But in May 2000, the first president Nursultan Nazarbayev raised the question of the need to replace the national anthem. And as a result, in January 2006, the song Menin Kazakhstanim, written back in 1956 by Shamshir Kaldayakov and Jumiken Najimedinov, became the official anthem. Before it was approved as an anthem, Nursultan Nazarbayev finalized the text. The new official musical and poetic symbol was first performed on January 11th in Akorda during the inauguration of the president. Witnesses of the anthem presentation were guests from 70 countries.
В нашем понимании, как профессиональный композитор, гимн должен быть такой приподнятый, торжественный, мажорный.
In our understanding as a composer, I think the anthem should be such an elevated, solemn major mood. It immediately gives a person a patriotic mood, and in this respect, the song is a complete prototype. The song is written in minor. 4/4 fret is a marching rhythm, but earlier the song was performed much wider, longer, and slower. When it became a hymn, then it acquired such marching, solemnity, and slightly accelerated pace. But despite this, due to the fact that the words, of course, played a big role, and this exclamation of Menin Kazakhstanim in the refrain, and since this song has long been loved by the people, already lived in the hearts of the people. And these requirements to the anthem, they have remained in the past, and patriotism came first and foremost. The meaning of the song, the words of the song, and the fact that it was loved by the people for a long time and already lived in the hearts, and that is why it has become an anthem.
Народа. И вот эти такие требования классические к гимну, это все ушли на второй план, а вышло вот прежде всего патриотизм, смысл песни, слова песни и то, что оно полюбилось народом давно, и уже оно жило в сердцах, и негласно, может быть, было уже гимн.
Мы хотим исполнить в 4 руки гимн Республики Казахстан.
Today, our state symbols are widely known in the world. The Republic is recognized, and the flag of the country is hanging at the building of the United Nations. It can be seen in different countries near the buildings of foreign representatives' offices of our Republic. It ascended to the highest point of Antarctica, traveled into space, and more than once became the objects of pride of Kazakhstan. It motivates the athletes for new achievements, scientists for projects, military personnel for the next feats. State symbols are the foundations of the inviolability of Kazakhstan.